welcome back to the Citizen Channel and our Talking Point show. We allow the dust to settle on this show. I'll have a look back at a game that I've been to. So we're going to look at the Manchester Derby today. Of course, City 6, United 3 on the 2nd of October. And yeah, I'll go and rewatch it on City Plus and just see any changes or any thoughts. And obviously this little Talking Points does all the stats and the facts of the game, etc. And just gives a little match report as well. So join me for this Talking Points. Manchester City 6, Manchester United 3. We'll take that, won't we? Even though, as I say, a little bit crestfallen at the end. I was happy we were all bouncing at 6-1, and then it seemed a bit of an anticlimax when it ended up 6-3. Hey, but there you go. Beggars can't be choosers, can they, as they say. Please, if you are new to the channel, push that subscribe button. Push the bell notifications. All these vlogs are coming out. Everything City, past, present, and forever, of course, on the Citizen Channel. So if you can do that, that'd be wonderful. And if you can just give us a thumbs up, guys, it'd be great. If I try and inform and entertain if I can, it'd be great to get a thumbs up, or all your comments as well. I'm very, very welcome. But you make an old City fan very, very happy if you give us those thumbs up. That'd be wonderful. Right, yes, the team. 3 changes to the Wolves game, wasn't there? Edison, Walker, Akanji and Aki, interesting combination, which worked on the day, I think. Cancelo, Gundo, KDB, Bernardo, Foden, Haaland and Grealish. The subs, Ortega, Carson, Diaz, Laporte, Alvarez, Gomez, Mahrez, Palmer and Lewis. The ref, who I thought was okay, yeah, he clamped down early on bad fouls, give a yellow card straight away. That'll do for me. Michael Oliver, and a lot of refs wouldn't have done that. They would have probably let it go for another foul or two. So all credit to him. Don't often say that about referees, do I? Or any of us. VAR was Paul Tierney. He had a couple of things to look at, but nothing untoward. Yep, the match report. Yes, within 2 minutes, as I said, Dalot was booked for the foul on Grealish. So well done to Oliver for that one. 3 minutes, the ball, a sort of pinball in the box, wasn't it? I think it blocked about 3 times in the space of a few seconds in the United 6-yard box. As we made our attacking intent obvious, and United made their lack of intent very obvious, certainly in those early minutes. 8 minutes, it was 1-0, of course. Cancelo sets our old Duracell Bernie loose, and his cross is side-footed high into the net with De Gea, not even seeing it from our wonderful Phil Foden for the first of his 3. 18 minutes, Gundo clips the outside of the post. Yeah, it looked closer on replay than it did at the game, actually. I thought it always looked as though it was going wide when it was at the match, but it didn't look too bad on the replay. 21 minutes, a Silva cross again, and Foden flashes across the 6-yard box, but hits it wide. 31 minutes, more pinball in the United box, and finish with KDB bringing out a tip over the bar from De Gea. Yeah, but obviously they were down to 10 men then, because Mr. Veron decided to have a little sleep, didn't he? But he twisted his ankle, so poor United with 10 men couldn't defend the corner. 34 minutes, it's 2-0. Ireland rises like the proverbial salmon and heads home as Malacia, is it, clears the ball, but it's over the line, of course, so it's 2-0. Only 3 minutes later, 37 minutes, it's 3-0. It's blue heaven, of course it is. 3-0, surely game over at 3-0, as a pinpoint KDB cross has the 6-foot leg of Ireland. I might mean 6'5". I think 6 foot, that's his legs. Just sticks that legs out and just guided it past De Gea, who, to be honest with you, unless it hit him in the face, was never going to get anywhere near it. He just didn't have any time to react. So fantastic through ball by KDB. Fantastic goal again by Haaland. 3-0. 41 minutes, yeah. The depressing thing perhaps of the match, Walker injures himself, sort of an innocuous fall off the pitch, wasn't it? That little slope they've got, which is probably asking for trouble anyway if you sort of hit that at any sort of pace. But obviously it might have affected. I think he's had trouble with his ankle before, hasn't he? So anyway, he was replaced by Gomez. He did hobble back on, but eventually was replaced by Gomez. 44 minutes, yeah, just before half time, it's 4-0 as KDB breaks. Tons of spaces that most of our players had. Grealish had loads of space as well to move through that middle. And KDB found Haaland, who turns provider, and his cross across the box finds Foden, who first to the ball to turn it in again for his second. So all good. Both City fans scored 2 each. That'll do. Half time 4-0. Game over. Yeah, definitely. 46 minutes, Eddie Gaya save from Foden, who robbed a dawdling Shaw, who'd just come on after half-time. 56 minutes, it's 4-1. Yeah, depression. Could it be another Leicester City? Could they pull it back? Remember that? We went 4-0. We were winning 4-0. It went 4-3, and we eventually won 6-3. Yeah, there's a similarity there, isn't there? Yeah, so it's 4-1. Bit slackly the pace, a bit of freedom. And I think Grealish didn't quite cut it out, and it fell to Anthony and moved it around a little bit. Yeah, fantastic goal. Couldn't stop it. Edison could get anywhere near, and it's 4-1. It woke us up a little bit. 63 minutes, Haaland smashes it into the side netting, and then just 1 minute later, it's 5-1 as Haaland's clinical finishing again this time, and Gomez with the provider. It's nice to see Gomez getting on the assist lark. 72 minutes, it's 6-1. Yeah, old memories of old 6-1s. Haaland steps up forward and returns in the box with the defenders appealing for offside. He was a good couple of feet onside. That wasn't a problem, and he blasted past De Gea. Looked a bit slow, De Gea, as though he perhaps was waiting for an offside flag. I don't know. He just didn't look quite at it. And that was Phil Foden's first senior career hat-trick, of course. 75 minutes, and what sort of took out the pace of City's football. 4 substitutes. Laporte, Mahrez, Alvarez and Palmer all came on. Gundo, Grealish, KDB and Foden all went off. Yeah, and as the game looks as though you could probably close it down till full time, 84 minutes, it's 6-2. Yeah, a Fred effort is saved by Edison, but unfortunately Marshall's lurking and is well placed to nod home from close range. I think Laporte tried to get to it, but he couldn't get to it. 85 minutes, Alvarez sees a shot blocked for a corner. And 90 minutes, yeah, it's 6-3. Hey, the panic setting in. No, not quite. There's only about 2 minutes left, so I think we could hang on for that 2 minutes. Cancelo, yeah, I think it's Martial tried to do a sort of Cruyff turn on the edge of the box, and it worked because he brought the foul from Cancelo. It's just inside the box, of course, that Martial put it into the top corner. So it ended 6-3. Yeah, we'll have to take that. As I say, a little bit of an anticlimax to being 6-1 up, but I thought it could have been more interesting. The stats, shots by City 22-10 on target. United got 12-8 on target. I think it was probably most of the second half because they didn't do bugger all in the first half. There's an interesting XG in a minute. Possession 55% for City. Passes, not a lot on it. 545 for City, 466 for United. And accuracy as well, a bit down for City, 87%. Which is, say, we're usually high 80s, early 90s, 85% for United. We had 5 corners to their 1. Yeah, the XG philosophy, they like to play around with this on at XG philosophy. Haaland has got three goals from a 1.2 XG. Foden got his 3 goals from a 1.08 XG. United got their 3 goals from a 1.83 XG. There you go, that means something to you. Overall, as I said, United 1.83, City 3.3 XG. Interesting one was the half-time one. Yeah, City was 2.51 at half-time, and United was 0.08. That's not very good, is it? Not very good at all. So some little stats and quirky stats, if you like, that we used to do from this 188th derby. 9 goals. Obviously, the combined total was highest ever combined goal tally in history for the Manchester derby. City have scored 6 at Old Trafford twice. Of course, we have, but this is the first time we've done it at our place. The 4th time United have conceded 6 in a Premier League game. The 2nd time against City. I wonder when the other one was. Oh, I don't know. Can't remember. City have won 8 straight games at home by 3 or more goals. The last team to do this was Spurs between March to September in 1965. Record breakers. United have now lost 18 Premier League games to City. This equals the most, along with 18 they've lost to Liverpool and 18 they've lost to Chelsea. So let's get ahead of them, eh? Let's go for 19 at the Swamp in January. De Gea has now let in a nice round 50 goals against City. Yeah, he's let a few in, against us. And the rewatch, guys, yeah, what I'll do, I'll take my player ratings, I'll rewatch the match, and then see if I'm going to alter them. Please check out my little player ratings show. But I'll be honest with you, there was perhaps 1 or 2 I could have messed around with, but I think generally I'll stick with it and say overall a good team performance. I fought against a very poor United, certainly in that first half. So I say it's the scores, I'll stick with them. that are giving the player ratings show. So please check that out. I'm not going to change anything. But what I am going to change, and this is an interesting one, I am going to change the man of the match. I've done this before with the man of the match, where it's not necessarily the guy who's got the highest score. So let's face it, Foden and Haaland got the highest ratings yesterday. But I'm going to give the man of the match to someone else. Manchester City give it to Haaland. I gave it to Haaland yesterday. But having watched it back, I am going to change it. And this guy didn't get as high a score. He's half a point less than Foden and Haaland for me, anyway. Manchester Evening News, yeah, he's obviously a similar sort of thing. I'm going to give it Bernardo. I just thought Bernardo was immense yesterday. I thought he was superb for 92. But don't forget, he stayed on the pitch for the full game as well. He never stopped. He never stopped. And we know he does that anyway. But add that to the facts of he might give the odd ball away, but the quality on the ball yesterday was superb. He was back in defence. He was up in the middle. He was on, up on the outside. He was celebrating all the goals with all the other guys. I'm just going to give it Bernardo. Let me know what you think, guys. Anyway, I'm being a bit silly. I don't know, but I'll give it Bernardo anyway. Our record now at home against United, played 84, won 28, drawn 25, and still lost 31. So we're still in the negative, thanks to Pep, because I think we've lost that difference. While Pep's been there, scored 126 and let in 111. So at least we've closed it a little bit. But to say Pep's put us in the negative to start with. And just the decision, a little bit different this time. What I'm just going to tell you is the guys on the bench that I expect to start against Copenhagen. So how many changes will that be? Because let's face it, if City start changing 6 or 7 players, we usually struggle. We have done in the past anyway. So let's have a look, obviously, with the guys on the bench and who on the bench will start against Copenhagen. Ortega is a definite possibility, but this Champions League's not dead cert yet. It's not set up yet, is it? But I think with City needing to win this, I think Pep will stay with Ederson, and I think Ortega might get a chance if City win the next 2 against Copenhagen. I think Ortega will get his chance in the last 2 group games. So that's my thinking on that one. So I don't think Ortega's going to start, although, as I thought, initially I thought he might, but I don't think so. Diaz and Laporte, surely we're going to start this one. Laporte came on for a bit. He's obviously fit enough. Diaz is definitely fit enough. He's obviously Pep just hasn't fancied him. So I expect those 2 guys to start in the middle, which normally would be our main 2 guys, but they're playing as backup in a Champions League sort of whipping boy competition. No disrespect to Copenhagen, but that's what they tend to be at the moment. Although they can certainly surprise us. They can certainly surprise teams and certainly surprise us. So I think Diaz and Laporte will start off the bench. Of course, with Walker injured now, I don't know how long he's going to be out. I've not heard anything on that. Gomez, it's possible to start, but I prefer Cancelo to switch across and play Aki on the left, because Aki's playing very, very well. So I'm gonna think of that for the Copenhagen game. And Mahrez is a certain starter, surely. Palmer, not so much, but obviously you can't be playing KDB and Foden and Bernardo, surely, and all these guys. So if Foden and KDB are all fine after Derby, then it may be Palmer might be able to get in there, and so that'll be interesting. I don't think Lewis has got any chance. He was on the bench, wasn't he? I don't think he's got any chance. So really, the obvious starters for me, obviously Alvarez. Did we mention Alvarez? Alvarez has to start this, because I'm not going into great detail on who of the guys who started won't be playing, but I think Haaland will have a rest in this one. So Diaz, Laporte, Alvarez, Mahrez, and Palmer. Possibly Palmer. I think it will be Palmer. Will come into this off the bench. So that's the guys off the bench. So I'm not going to tell you about the guys who actually played that are going to play. You'll have to watch my preview show of the Copenhagen game, because that's what it's all about. Decisions. It's looking at what Pep's going to do in the next game. And the next game is Copenhagen. So it'll be very, very interesting. So to sum up the game, a great win. Turned off a little in the second half, which was totally understandable when you're 4-0 up. It's hard to, football's played up there as well as down there. It's in the head as well. United just carried on playing the similar sort of style, and they got a bit of reward for it. But I think City, and obviously when we swapped 4 players on 75 minutes, it totally threw the impetus out for City. So understandable, a bit disappointing in the end, but we'll take 6-3. I wouldn't mind a 6-1, a 7-1, or an 8-1, or something like that, in all fairness. Pep will be keen no mistakes are made against Copenhagen. So if he swaps 5 players, which I'm saying he will, I'm saying 5 of the players who started on the bench will come into this starting 11 for Copenhagen. I think that's enough. I don't think he'll be swapping anymore against, well, we'll talk about it in the Copenhagen game, but they've not been doing very well this season. Always nice to beat United. Stuffing them could have been more. That would have been even better, but we'll take 6-3. Anyway, please check out my player rating show and join me. Join me on Monday evening. If you're watching, you won't be watching this, will you? This is it Monday? I'm trying to think when this is coming out, guys. Anyway, if you any Monday evening, anyway, Citizen Channel Live's on a Monday evening at 7 p.m. So join me for those anyway. And of course, join me back for the odds show, which is already out against Copenhagen or Hagen. And please join me for the preview show of the Copenhagen game, which should be out on the Tuesday before the game on the Wednesday. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the game, etc. and the stats. Some great stats there. Some records broken. Always seems to be the way with City these days, doesn't it? Anyway, join me again, please. Stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Bye for now.